What's up, YouTube? I feel like I make these videos of me getting a new vehicle every other day. Anyways, guys, I did get another vehicle, and it happens to be another truck. It's been a truck I've been trying to get for a few years now. It's actually kind of a truck that's a little special to me. There's actually a picture of this pickup sitting right next to the 03 green Chevy pickup that was my dad's, that the motor came out of, and that it's in my red 83. That's fun fact for that truck. I put a lot of the miles that are on that engine that is in my 83 before it got into my 83. But yeah, here's what I got. This is was my grandpa's 03 half-ton Chevy. Your typical LM7 4L60 half-ton truck. It's a Z71 package. It's got a Jason Industries topper on it, color matched. She's pewter metallic. He bought this in 2000 and it's an 03. He bought it in 2004, 05. It was only a couple years old when he got it. Had not very many miles on it. And he passed, how long has he been gone? He's been gone, what? Ooh, I think since 2007 he's been gone. My grandma passed, I'll be probably a couple months back now, unfortunately. And well, she was keeping this truck around while she was alive, and my uncle and my dad used it every once in a while, and I'd use it every once in a while too. And it kind of just sat around. And then when she passed, my uncle and my dad were trying to figure out what they were going to do with it. And it had some problems. It sat for 3 years and wasn't drove for 3 years. So it was kind of they was wondering what to do with it. And I said, well, I really liked the 03 that my dad had, and I said I'd be interested in buying it. Well, they cut me a smoking deal, especially with the used cars and trucks market the way they are right now. Cut me a killer deal on it, and I went ahead and scooped it up. There's nothing really special out of the ordinary with this truck, except for one thing. I mean, it does have your typical Iowa GMT 800 platform rust. Rockers and cab corners are getting really soft on both sides. The over the wheel arches completely rotted out on this side, and it's pretty much completely rotted out on the other side too. I've got some flares coming. I'm going to cut a lot of this out and just stop where it's at, and kind of hopefully decrease it from spreading at the alarming rate that it is now. But yeah, it's rocker panels, cab corners of this side. She's been slowly falling out as I've been using this. This is getting kind of flimsy, as you can see. Them are coming off and gonna be replaced with Nerf bars. I do want to fix the rust on this truck. I'm thinking about doing the ABS plastic rocker covers, and then cutting out the rust, PR15 and the good metal, and just slowing the rust down and putting the plastic ABS covers on because they don't rust. But the one thing, there's two really nice things about this truck. It's extraordinary clean. It wasn't very clean when I got it, but I went ahead and cleaned it out. And it is extraordinary clean. It's very nice on the inside. The carpets are nice. There's a couple stains in the seats, but it had seat covers on it when my grandpa got it. It's just a nice, overall nice truck inside. Very stock. The only thing that's been done to it is he put a Cobra CB in it and a brake controller, which I plan on moving the brake controller. Not real certain about the CB. I'll probably leave it in here. But the main thing about this truck that is kind of makes it kind of not really, it's kind of rare anymore because you see these trucks, is most of these trucks have a couple 100,000 miles. This truck has a little over 66,000 miles on it. And she runs like a top now. Like I said, it sat for 3 years. She accumulated some very dirty door jambs and stuff that needs to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned the outside. This is how I got it. I just went and cleaned the inside because I was driving it. and this is the way I got it. It needs a good washing, good scrubbing, and good waxing. I want to get rid of those trim pieces there. I'll probably leave the chrome on the doors. I'm going to get rid of the chrome on the fenders and probably the box. And I might leave it on the box. I don't know. It depends on how much. I ordered some fender flares for it already, and it depends on how much of them they cover. And obviously in the back corner there, I'm gonna have to take that piece off to put on either move it to the plastic rockers, which I'm gonna have the plastic rockers painted to match. I do want to do some things with this truck. If I do get the rockers painted to match, which I plan to, I'm gonna have to probably get a cowl hood. I mean, I love the looks of cowl hoods on the Cateyes. So I'm probably going to put a cowl hood on it, and I'll have them painted at the same time. I'm not 100% sure on the topper. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I got a key for it. It locks. It's nice. It's a good topper. It needs, if I finish sealing around the tailgate, I can make it pretty airtight in there and actually make it a nice topper. And it locks and everything. It is nice to be able to put stuff in the back of the truck. But if I did get rid of the topper, I'd go ahead and put a tonneau cover on it. I'm not going to get rid of the topper. I'd keep it around just in case I want to go on vacation. I can throw this on. I'll be able to lock stuff in the back and whatnot. Right now it's got I just got this in the mail the other day. It's my fuel tank for my Trans Am. And yeah, it came with a 4-way pair of jumper cables. I got the spare tire. It's not in the truck. It's back at the house. But yeah, she's your basic half-ton Chevy. It's got 373 gears. It doesn't have a limited slip, unfortunately, which I thought most of the Z71s came with limited slip, but this one did not. Yeah, she's 66,000 with 5.3 LM7. When I got it, like I said, it didn't run for 3 years. We threw a jumper pack on it. It ran very, very poorly. I brought it to my house. I loaded it on a trailer, brought it to my house, pumped the 3-year-old fuel out of it. It was very nasty stuff. A little under 5 gallons. That was all that was in it. So it didn't take long for that to sour anyways. It ran very poorly. Things I've done to it. The injectors, I had cylinder 6 wasn't firing. I pulled the injectors out of it. It had brown stuff coming out of it, like gooey stuff. It was completely clogged. It barely hit all. I think it would drip past a few times and fire every once in a while, but it just had a really bad mist to it. I threw injectors in it, and that helped tremendously. Then I drove it for a little bit. It drove great for about a day, and then I started getting another random misfire I replaced all the injectors with a set of injectors I had. I started getting another random miss. I had a random miss on number 2. I was like, well, maybe a coil pack's dying. I threw my spark tester on it, had good spark at number 2, and I'm like, well, I don't have a set of plugs, but I do have my spare LM7 that's going to go in the Suburban, possibly, sitting on the engine stand. I'm like, I'll pull the plug out of it because I knew it ran fine. I'll pull the plug out of it, throw it in this, and see if that solved my problem. Well, fingers crossed, it's not. The miss is gone for right now, so I'm assuming it's running 10 times better than it was. It really wasn't. The miss was. It started out slowly. It started out slowly when you're getting under load, and your cylinder pressure would obviously increase under load. So it would act up, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I believe that spark plug was just degrading more. And the 66,000 miles original plugs, I mean, they're quite old at this point. So I went ahead and ordered a set of injectors. They'll be here, not injectors. I ordered a set of plugs. They'll be here. Went ahead and replaced the fuel filter and the air filter. That was the miles on it. So I put a little over 200 miles on it since I got it. And yeah, so it's running pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy with it. So there's some stuff I want to do to it. Like I said, cowl hood. I don't know if I'm gonna do tow mirrors on this or not. I'm kind of on the edge. I'm either going to do chrome caps on these, or I actually have the mirrors off of my 01 Suburban that happens to be the exact same color. It's pure metallic. And I'm thinking about popping them off and popping the painted caps on these mirrors because they are the 2002 and older mirrors, so they won't hook up to these. You'd have to do rewiring, and I don't know if they're actually the same. I don't know. I know the plugs are different. I'm not, just be easier to pop the cover off, put a new cover on, and be done with it. But yeah, there's a lot of traffic on this one road over here. But yeah, it's a good runner now. Plans for it, the speakers in it are completely shot. So I already ordered up a set of Scar components for the front. I have a set of Scar 4x6s that'll go in the back doors. I've got a Rockford P1000 amp and a P400x4 that were out of the Escalade and my Trailblazer. That'll probably end up in this, and I'm going to run 212s under the seat there and some boxes. Just a basic system. I do want to put a CarPlay radio in it though, because I'm tired of not having CarPlay. And yeah, this basically, I sold the Ram. This is going to be the Ram's replacement. I'm going to make this truck nice, and this is going to be my nice truck. So yeah, I'll probably do a video on the stereo install and how I do everything. I'm going to do sound deadening treatment on it as well. It's got stock exhaust. I'll go ahead and fire it up. You can hear it here. You guys probably have heard a stock 03 Silverado. Go ahead and shut the radio off. Air works phenomenal in this truck. And that's one of the main reasons that I really like it. But yeah, sounds good. It's too quiet for me, obviously. I'm thinking, like I said, I got plans, I got it built in my head. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to give it just a little bit more attitude right now, and the easiest way I can do that is the Suburban's not really the off-road toy that it was kind of being lent towards to be. It's kind of a family hauler. It would benefit with these tires way more than the MTs it's got on it now. It's got a set of 33-inch MTs, 33 12.5s on the 18s that are GM C wheels, and I'm thinking about just swapping them over to this because I think the MTs will look a lot better on this truck, and they'll be a little more suited in this pickup too. So I think I'm gonna do that real quick tonight, actually swap them over. But yeah, she is quite rusty underneath there. Underneath the frame's got, you know, your typical surface rust and some scale, but it's actually pretty clean underneath there. They did redo the brake line in the back. It did have the brake line problems, and the front brake lines are getting pretty thin. They did it with nickel copper brake line, good brake line. If I'm going to replace eventually the front with stainless steel, I will pull the box and do the rear section of the frame with the stainless steel as well. I might also pop the fuel pump out, take a look at the fuel sock obviously, and maybe do a pump upgrade while I'm in there, while the box is off, just to and clean all the frame up, maybe give it a coat of PR15 as well. I like to put a 6-inch lift on it. I'd kind of like to make this the pewter version of what my blue GMC was. 6-inch lift, 33-inch tires, loud stereo, you know, just the basics. But anyways, guys, I rambled on long enough. Hope you guys will be excited for some of the new videos coming soon on this truck, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.